Hi everyone, you're welcome again to today's class, Qualitative Analysis. If you are preparing for your WAEC, you are writing your 2026 Chemistry WAEC Practical, make sure you watch this video to the end. Previously, we talked about the qualitative analysis, which is number two question in your WAEC practical examination. So here is predicted question and solution to 2026 qualitative analysis. Let's read the question. C is a mixture of organic and inorganic compounds. Carry out the following exercise on sample C. Record your observation and any gas or gases above. State the conclusion you draw from the results of the test. Put C in a test tube and add 15 cm cube of dilute nitric acid. Stir, filter and test with litmus paper. The second question, to the first portion of filtrate, add sodium hydroxide in drops and then in excess. The third question, to the second portion, add ammonia, aqueous ammonia in drops and excess. Then the last question, put the residue in a clear test tube, add iodine solution. So this is our question. Then, to answer this question, once you get your question like this, the first thing you are going to do, you are going to write test, observation, and inference. To answer your number 2 question, this is the first step you are going to take: test, observation, and inference. Under this test, this is where you are going to write the steps you are taking, the action you are taking. Then under the observation, here you write what you observed, what you got from that step that you just took, and then from the inference, you write the outcome of that observation. The first one says, put C in a test tube and add 15 cubic centimeter of dilute HNO3. This is our sample C. Remember, it's a mixture of organic and inorganic salts. So here is my spatula, here is my spatula, here is my test tube. Let me take the, here is my test tube. I want you all to observe what will happen with me. Observe it very well. Okay. This is my salt. Then put it into a test tube and add 15 pieces of dilute HNO3. So I'm not going to measure it, but I will add reasonable amounts of nitric acid. I want you all to observe what will happen. Can you see? Effervescence occur. Can you see it? You see the bubbling? The bubbling. So once you perform that action, you write your observation. On addition of that, what do you observe here? Okay, C plus dilute HNO3 plus filter. Okay, so effervescence have occurred. effervescence occurred, indicating the presence of CO2. Sample C is sparingly soluble in dilute HNO3. So as we added this, effervescence occurred, and as the effervescence occurred, the one dissolved and the second one did not dissolve. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to filter it. We are going to filter it. Here is my filter paper. The first thing we are going to do, divide this into 2. Can you see it? Divide into 2 into equal half. Then divide it again, making it a quadrant. When you divide this, open one side of it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Then you put it inside your funnel. Here's my funnel. I will put it inside my funnel now. Then to my test tube. Can you see it? Make sure the test tubes are very neat. So here we have, then we filter. You can see the filtration is going on. The filtrate is going into the test tube, and then our residue will remain inside the filter paper. The next step, okay, for the first one, effervescence occurred. That effervescence is indicating that CO2 is present. CO2, carbon 4 oxide from HCO3 or CO3 present. Sorry, there is no space, but this is what I wrote. Carbon 4 oxide CO2 from HCO3 ion or CO3 minus present. So that is what we wrote. Make sure you state it very well, state it clearly. Then the next step now say plus filter. Plus filter. On filtration, we are also asked to test with litmus paper. Can you see it? Test with litmus paper. I have my litmus paper. I have my litmus paper. Here is blue litmus paper. Can you see it? The blue litmus paper is turned to red, meaning that the solution is acidic. On filtration, white residue and colorless filtrate is observed. We turned blue litmus paper red. So because it turned blue litmus paper red, in the inference we write solution, this solution is acidic. Or you can write it is an acidic solution. It is acidic solution. Anyhow you want it, it is acidic solution. Okay, Then the next one now said, to the first portion of filtrate, add sodium hydroxide in drops and then in excess. This is our filtrate. This is our filtrate. So we are going to get small portion of it, just little portion of our filtrate. Don't get more, just little. The small portion of our filtrate. This is our sodium hydroxide. I want you to observe what will happen. This is our filtrate in drop. Our filtrate, this is white chalky precipitate in drop, white chalky precipitate. Now let's add excess of sodium hydroxide to it. Can you see it? In excess sodium hydroxide, what happened? The precipitate dissolved. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide. Can you see it? Observe it very well. Filtrate plus sodium hydroxide in drop plus excess. In the observation, white chalky precipitate is formed. When we added it in drop, it gave us white chalky precipitate. So under it in the inference, we are going to write Ca2 plus or Pb2 plus present calcium 2 ion or lead 2 ion present. That's what we are going to write under the inference. Then soluble in excess sodium hydroxide. For that soluble in excess sodium hydroxide, we are going to write lead 2 ion present. Please take note of this. Don't mix them up. When it gives you wet gelatinous precipitate, that's when you consider whether it's aluminium ion or zinc ion. But when it's giving you white chalky precipitate, just know that we are talking about calcium 2 ion or lead 2 ion. Are you getting it? Don't mix them up. Now we are going to the next one. To the second portion, add ammonia, aqueous in drops and excess. Here is our ammonia. This is the ammonia solution. We are going to get another portion of it, our filtrate, plus ammonia solution. I still want you to observe everything that is happening. White precipitate formed. Okay, so addition of ammonia solution, white precipitate is formed in drop and in excess. White precipitate is formed in drop and in excess. That's how you're going to present it. formed, insoluble in excess. So for that first one, lead-2 ion present, insoluble in excess, lead-2 ion present. Lead-2 ion present for both of them. Then the next one says, put the residue in a clean test to add iodine solution. Okay, here we have our residue. The residue is not much. The residue is not much. It's not much. Okay, let's see if you can actually put it inside here. It cannot enter the. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot to bring it closer. Okay, so the residue, we just added it here and added iodine solution. This is blue-black coloration. Blue-black coloration is formed. Residue plus iodine. Blue-black coloration, can you see it? We have blue-black coloration formed, and then in our inference, starch present. In our inference, starch present. I hope this is helpful. If you have any question, drop your question under the comment section. Help me and share this video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification button so that you will not miss any of our lessons. In our next video, we are going to solve some questions in titration, and also we are going to do a titration, how to do the titration, the possible questions that can come out under titration, and how to solve those titration questions. See you in my next video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, comment, share. Like, share, so that more students will get this, so that it will be helpful to others. Thank you. Bye.